So Bobby, what's your last name?
Bobby Walker.
And you are a landowner in Milam?
Burleson County.
Burleson County.
Burleson County.
And how long have you been in Burleson County?
All my life.
Really?
I won't say how old, but all my life.
And what do you do in Burleson County?
Actually, I work outside Burleson County, but got several properties in Burleson County.
Good, good.
So,
okay. So you have not leased your water?
Not hardly.
Why not?
Well, that's water is life. And without it, we can't survive. We can't take care of the land, livestock, or anything else. And again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize when the aquifer is 20 miles away from these folks in San Antonio, why they're having to come 140 plus miles away to pipe it back. I mean, there's something rotten there somewhere, but take all our water and rape our land. It's just not, I don't want to have to explain to my grandson, 20 years from now, if I'm still alive, why did we let this happen? And why they can't live on the land like we've been fortunate to do all these years.
Good point.
For someone to not conserve their own resources and come out in the country and steal ours.
And you were approached to lease your water?
Yes.
And how did that work for you?
Well, for me, my mind was made up. Mine and a large group of landowners in my vicinity of different properties that I've owned, we've talked about, no, we won't lease our water rights. They, of course, told us that, well, it didn't matter. They had more than enough to do their deal anyway. And of course, I don't know the actual numbers, but supposedly somewhere in the proximity of 85% of the land is in fact not leased. But 15% of the landowners, which a lot of them being landowners that don't actually reside in the area, obviously were, buffaloed into leasing their rights with probably the same tactics, like, hey, here's a check, take the money, if you don't, well, someone else will, so on and so forth. And again, the only ones profiting from this thing are obviously the water exporters, and that's being nice, calling them exporters.
Did they tell you that they would get your water anyway, whether you signed
Pretty
or not?
much that's what they said. They had enough lease that they were going to do the project. So, takes water out from under our land, just like, whether it's 30 miles, away, it's the same aquifer that they're drawing down. And, again, we've got wells on all the properties, some of them deeper, some of them shallower, but, I'm sure we'll see the impact in a short period of time, but by that time it's too late.
Right. Well, thank you for being here. You're a good citizen, and
thank you.
We'll see what happens.
Glad for the opportunity to hopefully put this thing on hold until some folks with common sense wake up.
And tell the people of San Antonio that you appreciate them trying to push back on this project.
I definitely appreciate that, and I think that's obviously, one of the keys to it is to, obviously there's people there that understand the whole program as well, that, basically stealing water from our area to supply theirs is not the long-term answer to anyone's problems, just creates problems for more folks along the way, and some of them will be pretty hard to undo.
And it's very un-Texan.
Most definitely. Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, I'll let you get in there.
Okay, sounds good. Well, hopefully y'all can get it out, whatever bad parts.